Welcome to the Slice Podcast, where I give you a slice of my mind. I'm your host, Christopher Martinez, and welcome to episode 26. Funny story, I originally filmed this about a week ago, but something happened where the audio wasn't recording after a while, and I messed up a few times doing certain things, and I didn't feel like going back to seeing what was good and what was wrong with the footage and the audio, so I just deleted it all. And I still have the same topics and whatever. I might do some of them, I might not do some of them, some might be outdated. We'll see. So anyways, I have a few topics I want to talk about today. Some sports stuff, some movie stuff, some personal life stuff. So let's get into it. Let's talk about... Should I go in let's go in chronological order, I guess, in terms of the big moment stuff. So I think on the last episode I mentioned going on a Reno trip for my brother's birthday, and that's what we did. So that was fun. I haven't been to Reno in quite a while, and my girlfriend, I brought her along with us for the trip. We took a flight up there. My brother and the rest of my family, like the adults in the family, were there. We were there for the weekend. It was really cool. We went to the Peppermill Resort. It's like the coolest place there. It's the nicest looking place. It's the best place to play. I've played at like the El Dorado and other places. I just didn't dig the vibe. The Peppermill is just like really fun and exciting. And I love that sports area, and they have really damn good food there. It's incredible. If you ever go to the Peppermill Resort in Reno, you'll love it. We had a good time. My girlfriend gambled for the first time. It's not really her thing, but she kind of had somewhat sort of fun for a bit. Then she was worried about losing money and whatever. She did a lot better than me. I'll say that for sure. But my brother, he had food poisoning from the day before, so he didn't really get to, be fully aware and enjoy the entirety of it all. He still had fun, and that was really cool. It was his 21st birthday, so that was really cool to see. That's my little brother, regardless of how much we argued when we were kids and whatever. Sorry if you have to hear that. But that's my little brother. He, I love the guy, so it's finally cool to see him, of age, and, we're all able to drink together. It's really cool. It just sucked that he had food poisoning, and, the night of his birthday, we were supposed to go out for his birthday dinner, but they didn't have it planned for that day because no one was sure when we all would arrive. So I just planned a dinner with my girlfriend at this nice Chinese place there. But they were like, "Oh, we're gonna take him out to the steakhouse here." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Yeah, like I didn't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to impose on it anyways, but it was like, I guess it was like a last minute thing. But he didn't get to enjoy his prime. I think he got a prime rib. I don't think he got to enjoy it all the way through because he had to go back to his room to sleep it off, the food poisoning. He felt better the next day after. We all went to a Brazilian steakhouse. Wow, that was really cool. I've never been to one before. It was kick ass. They go by to the tables and they chop off as much meat as you ask. Just a bunch of meat. Hella good. And there was like a cool salad bar area where we got to pick up a bunch of stuff, meats, cheeses, salads, whatever. It was just really nice. We really dug it, had a good time. What was weird though was that it was just hella salty. My mouth was hella salty in the morning. It didn't help with the drinking too, but we all felt so bloated after. Probably because we ate a whole lot too, but we had to. It was a buffet. They came by and gave you as much meat as you wanted. It was awesome. We had a great time. So that's kind of it. We went to Reno, did some playing, had great dinners, and flew back. That was pretty much it. Really good time. Actually, there was something else I wanted to mention. All Saturday, we flew in on Friday, and on Saturday, we had my brother's birthday dinner that night. So all day, we just had the chance to just bum around. Me and my girlfriend just laid around in our room all day. We ordered room service. She wanted chicken wings, and I wanted pancakes. So for breakfast, we got chicken wings and pancakes. Damn it, I love room service. That's the only way you can never do that. So it was really cool. We just bummed around all day, watched TV, the news. There was a channel that I think it was TNT, whatever. They play Star Wars all the time. It was just we just got to bum around, and I laughed my ass off watching The Office and Parks all day. So it was just really fun just to go and unwind because we both needed an unwind. She needed an unwind because she was doing a lot of. She went back to school for college, and it was just nice to go and just mellow out, relax, not have to worry about anything. So that was really nice. We had a chance to just unwind and kind of restart our clocks. So that was fun. We really had a good time going to Reno. Then I'll say the Universal Studios and Christmas. This is the next topic, I guess. So back in August, when my girlfriend got us tickets for Universal Studios for my birthday, it was a buy one get one day for free deal. So what was cool was that okay, we have a chance to go anytime we want, except on certain blackout dates, and just have a day for free. Go and enjoy it. But we waited till the last second because we were never sure when we wanted to do it. And then it became she wanted to go after I watched all of the Harry Potter films because she got into it during the pandemic. And it was something I've always wanted to get into but never really had the chance to. And I hate little kid me for not taking the opportunity to watch it because it was always on ABC. Like they always showed it around Christmas because they're kind of Christmas movies. And I remember the Half-Blood Prince had like heavy promotion when that was like one of the earliest memories of Harry Potter was when they were doing promotions for the Half-Blood Prince. And I'm sure Kid Me would have absolutely loved these movies. So we watched all the Harry Potters, and by the time Christmas was rolling around, we decided to use our last day during the Christmas time, or our free day for the Christmas time. And what was really cool about it was we had the mindset of let's not worry about going on this ride and that ride and getting as much as we can. Let's just go and relax and enjoy the day, which is what we did. We barely rode like 3 rides. We did the Flight of the Hippogriff and the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey ride twice. And I think that's really it in terms of like all of the rides that we did. I can't remember if we did the 4th one or not. It was just really cool. We went, did our rides. We went to the City Walk area because we wanted to just eat some food and relax. So she got Panda. I got the Pink's hot dogs because I've never tried it. It was really good, but I think it was really pricey for what it was. A good hot dog. It was really damn pricey. I don't think I'd want to pay that price again, but we'll see. And we wanted some drinks, so we decided to go to the Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville and get some pretty good drinks, I think. I thought they were pretty good. Next time we want to go back and drink, get some apps and whatever, and then go back in Universal Studios a little tipsy. It was just pretty cool. We had a good time that day, and what made it more fun was because it was the Christmas time, the Harry Potter world felt a lot more natural because it was cold and it's set as if it's during the winter with the snow on the buildings and whatnot. And it was just really damn cool. We really had a really fun time there, and I was all giddy. I was like, "Oh my god, that's Diagon Alley! The music! Oh my god, I heard all the music. I heard it from the movies, and I really want to get a robe and a wand because I'm a big fat nerd." And it just seems really cool. I fell in love more with the Harry Potter universe. And I'm excited for the show coming out where they're just going to do one season for one book. I want to read the books. Okay, but back to the Universal Studio stuff. One thing that we did that was really cool was we went to the Whoville area. They set up a whole area for Whoville from the Grinch movie. And it was really cool. We tried Who pudding, and it was actually really surprising. The Who food stuff they had there. I had like these soft, warm cinnamon donut bites. They were okay, a little dry, but they were pretty good. And I think my girlfriend, we got like some drink. I can't remember. Oh, we did the Hello Kitty cafe because she really likes the Hello Kitty and the Sanrio stuff. I think that's the company that owns it, because she really likes that stuff. It was pretty cool. The drinks were good. We had sweets. They were pretty good. I think they were decently priced. I'd pay that price again for those sweets, and just cute little stuff there. And she got a kick out of it. But anyways, back to the Whoville stuff. What we did was I wanted to come back and see the tree lighting event. I didn't know there would be a whole show. I thought they were just gonna light the big tree up, the big tree from the Grinch. I thought it would just be, okay, let's light the tree. Haha, it's pretty. Okay, go back to having fun. No, it was a whole ass show of the Grinch accepting the Who Meister award or whatever, and him returning Christmas or whatever. It was just really fun and exciting. The actors looked like they had a really good time playing their characters. The mayor, Cindy Lou Who, the Grinch. It was just all really fun. And there was a long ass line to take pictures with the Grinch and Max the dog. They trained a dog to, act like Max, and he had like a little antler on his head. He looked so cute. It was really cool. And we had a blast. We had an absolute blast, being that we stayed pretty late, and we just had a pretty damn good time. And I want to go back to City Walk just to like go to like a restaurant or just enjoy the time there. It was really cool. And we had a really good time just being at Universal, not having to worry about, we want to go on this ride and that ride. We just stayed on the one level. We didn't want to go down to the Mario stuff and wait in long lines for whatever. We just relaxed and had a chill time. So I'm super glad we did that. I wouldn't have wanted the day to go any other way beside that. It was just really enjoyable. Let's talk about Christmas, because Christmas passed. So this was the first year where I didn't spend Christmas with my family up in Stockton. It felt a little strange, but I did it for financial reasons and whatnot, and my car issues and whatever. So it felt a little strange, but I didn't care, because I was with my girlfriend and her family, and they really like me for some reason. So I had to work on Christmas Eve, unfortunately, but we left early. Went up to her place, dressed up nice, and they all got down on Christmas Eve. We had a really good time, really good food. We opened our presents up at midnight. It was just really cool to be with her family, because her family is so damn cool. They're all loving, and they're just really cool to talk to. I love them all. They're great. And we did the Secret Santa thing. There's this app called Elfster where you do Secret Santa, whatever. And what was I going to say? Last year I got her dad, and this year I got her mom. And her mom wanted a bunch of beauty supplies, like lotions and face cleansers and moisturizers and whatnot. So my girlfriend helped me buy it from some website. And my girlfriend's sister got me this year. So I didn't really know what I wanted to put on my Elfsters this year for Secret Santa, because I'm never really a guy like, oh, I want this and that, like ask someone to get me something, or I don't care about getting presents on Christmas anymore. I don't. I just want to spend time with family and friends and enjoy the time. So most of my stuff was just like, oh, okay, I think it'd be cool to get this movie or that movie or this show. And dumbbells. I put dumbbells on there because I really wanted a pair of dumbbells. But I think on my next paycheck, I'll just buy my own damn dumbbells. And I had this joke because last year I thought it'd be funny if I put a Kermit Muppet on my list, because I always thought it'd be cool to have a Kermit Muppet. I love Kermit the Frog. And I forgot to do it last year, and I forgot to do it this year. So I think it's just going to be a tradition of me forgetting to put the Kermit Muppet on my Elfster's Secret Santa list. I might just get that for me one day. I'd like a really nice Kermit Muppet. But anyways, I put a few movies up there. I meant to put a yoga mat, because I like to have a yoga mat at home. A comfortable, soft one that I can do sit-ups and push-ups on, because my floor is hard and the one I have is really thin. But anyways, I also put a green Kangol cap, which her parent, my girlfriend's parents, got for me. A solid green Kangol cap. I've always wanted one, never got one. So glad I got it. It's really kick-ass. I love it. But I got this from my sister's girlfriend. My girlfriend's sister. Shit. It is Godzilla minus one on Steelbook. It was like a limited edition run, I think. I don't know if you can see it because it's reflective from the light up there, but it's a Steelbook. It says it has a mini poster in there. I'm excited for it. I haven't opened it yet because I haven't had a chance to be in the mood to watch it, but I knew I needed this because I totally forgot to get it when the time came that it got released. I think it was like a super limited, but I'm so damn happy I got this. I told her thank you. I loved it. She's awesome. I really love this movie, and it looks beautiful on my shelf with all my other movies. And my girlfriend, out of the kindness of her heart, got me this. The Steven Universe Complete Collection. Now, I'm a child, and I love cartoons. So, I loved when HBO Max had all the Cartoon Network shit on there. You could watch Ed, Edd and Eddy, Steven Universe, Regular Show, Adventure Time, Johnny Bravo. They had a lot of cartoons and stuff on there. It was kick ass. But lately, they've taken a lot of them down, even if they're working on shit involving that property. Like they're working on a Regular Show sequel series. You can't watch it on HBO Max. They're working on a Gumball movie. You can't watch Gumball on HBO Max. I'm calling it HBO Max because Max is stupid. Like, what the hell? And one day I was like, man, I really feel like watching some Steven Universe. I was watching it a while back, rewatching it, and I thought, okay, I want to get back into it. They took it off. One of the flagship Cartoon Network shows in the 2010s wasn't on their streaming service where it's super easy to have. So I was pissed. I mean, it's on Hulu, but I don't like using Hulu all that much. And I know it's on Hulu because Hulu had like some Cartoon Network deal or something where like a lot of Cartoon Network stuff is on there. And I guess it's on Disney Plus because of the Hulu Disney Plus merger bundle crap. And it's just too many damn services. So I threw this on there. I'm like, hey, I thought it'd be cool if I had this. Then my girlfriend got it for me, and she's awesome, and I love her for it. I love her in general, but this is awesome. And I've been wanting this for so long, but the drawback for me was, I mean, it's on Max. Might as well just, watch it there, and I can pick this up whenever I want. And they stopped producing it. I stopped seeing it at the stores. And one of the bigger ones for me was that it wasn't in Blu-ray. It's just a standard DVD. So the quality is not as crisp as it could be, but that doesn't really matter. As the show looks better later on, the DVDs I guess look better. So I care about the content more than the quality of it, as long as it's not like super extremely ugly, distracting, and horrible to look at. I don't care. But I have it, and no one can take it away from me. I love it. It comes in this really cool case that shows the temple from the show, and it sort of wraps around the back of the case, and it shows Beach City. And it says it's Steven Universe Future, and Steven Universe the movie. And the way it's packaged, I'm a little iffy on. I love it because it's the same as the cover same as the case. The temple wraps around and it has Beach City, but it's a little book where the DVDs are in these sleeves where you pull up on the sleeves and take it out. Now, I'm not a fan of that style of storing movies because that's an easy way for discs to get scratched. But I love it. I love this. It has all of the every disc has has a page in the booklet where it shows a piece of artwork from an episode, and it says season 1 disc whatever, season blank disc blank, and it shows all the episodes on it, shows artwork. I love it. The only thing that's iffy about it is I think for season 2 it ends early. It says the answer is the end of season 2, and Steven's birthday is season 3, the beginning of season 3. That's wrong. The end of season 2 should be log date 7152, and the beginning of season 3 should be Super Watermelon Island. I've looked it up numerous times just to make sure, and I think that is the correct way it's supposed to be. But I'm not complaining. It just a little thing that irked me, but they probably did it for storage reasons on the discs and whatever. I don't care. I still have it. The only thing that irked me though was that one or two of the discs. I was rewatching it. I'm in the middle of season 3 right now. I'm on the last disc, like the last 7 episodes of season 3. There were some discs in season 2 that were giving me issues and weren't loading properly, or they weren't loading at all, and I just had to keep taking the disc out, putting it back in, taking the disc out, putting it back in. So that kind of bugged me, but it got working after a while. So I'm glad that I got that out of the way. I'm gonna see if I can get these discs, like not refurbished, but restored. I don't know what those machines are. Hope just to get over the issue, if in case it happens again. But I'm just super glad I have this because no one can take away Steven Universe from me. This is my favorite show. I'm a child. I know there's greater shows like Breaking Bad and Sopranos, both shows that I absolutely love and think are fantastic. Better Call Saul. Some of the only like more dramatic shows I've seen in my life. Of course, I love other shows like Modern Family, like one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my life, and Parks and Recreation. I love the Big Bang Theory. I more so love the first 3 seasons. I'll say 4 because I think season 4 has like one of my favorite episodes. But anyways, I have it, and I love it. I got my girlfriend. I went on a fun tangent about that. I'm sorry. How much time do I got my girlfriend a vinyl for Wicked, the soundtrack for Wicked, because she has vinyl. She collects vinyls, and I think it's really cool that she has that physical media love the way I have it for movies. It's her with music and vinyls, and it's cool to listen to things like that. And she loved the Wicked movie. She saw it 3 times in theaters. I saw it twice. One of them for both of us was the sing along. And I think she knew I was gonna get it for her. Because I asked like, "Hey, what's that edition that you liked from Target?" But because it was like a special edition where the vinyls are colored, green and pink, or just green or pink. I think, if I can remember, I haven't seen it in a while. But she loved it. Really cool. Oh, and also, we went to go see the Wicked musical. I felt bad because, well, one, I wanted to take her to see it anyways because she really wanted to see the Wicked musical because she's been interested in it so long. But I felt bad because I kept not blowing up, but pushing off like, oh, I'll get tickets for Hosier soon because she loves Hosier. Hosier's like her favorite artist. And I kept saying, "Oh, I'll look into it soon. I'll look into it soon," and I didn't. And I really wanted to go with her, and I don't know when he's gonna tour next, because that's an artist I really want to see, because I liked his last soundtrack that he did, Unreal on Earth. But and I really want to see Caravan Palace when they come to the States, because they have the new tour for their new soundtrack, Gangbusters Melody. I think that's what it's called. I just want to make sure that's what it's called. Gangbusters Melody Club. So yeah, I think that's the album that they're going to be playing more so on their tour. I don't know when they last did a tour or when they last came to the States, but I really want to go to it, especially since pit tickets are cheap as hell. I could get 2 pit tickets for me and my girlfriend for $120 in total. And I think that's cheap for a concert from what I've seen, what people pay for pit tickets and whatnot. Because we did Foo Fighters last year, and I didn't care about the price because I wanted to see Foo Fighters, and 2, she loves Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters, and so that was a really kick-ass experience. But I felt bad about not going to see Hosier with her. So one day, I'm at work. I'm like, oh shit, Wicked's gonna leave in like a week and a half. What do I do? So I looked up every single day playing from the day I realized it. And the last day they were being in Los Angeles, I called her and said, "Hey, what are you doing next week? Do you want to go to Wicked?" And she goes, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, don't plan anything. We're going to Wicked." We were late because she stayed at my place. I said it'd be better to have you at my place, so it'd be closer for me to pick you up after work and go. I bought these parking garage tickets beforehand, so we can. I thought it'd be like we get a designated spot in a parking garage, park real quick, and go. But I couldn't find the parking garage at first, and when we found it, there was a line. And I'm like, why is there a line in a parking garage? What's the deal? Turns out there was just this one guy parking the cars in the parking garage. What? So we missed the first song. We missed No One Mourns the Wicked. So that was very I was furious. I was fuming. I thought we weren't gonna get let in until the second act, and I wanted to see Defying Gravity, and I wanted my girlfriend to see Defying Gravity. So that really irked me, but I was happy we got in. We got in when Elphaba and Glinda got to the Shiz University. So tragedy averted. Oh, I had to crack my back for a sec. So we got to see the Wicked musical, and we loved it. We absolutely loved it. We had a great time. The performers were great. The songs, of course, were fun, exciting, and I was more excited for it because I saw the movie and I thought, okay, I'm sure the musical is really fun, and I've heard great things about the musical, and there's a lot less to the musical, I think, just because it doesn't have the X amount of time to elaborate on the small details and yada yada. Like, there's no scene in the Wicked musical with Elphaba and Madame Marble training and helping her to use her powers. I don't remember there being a scene like that where they're training. I think she was like, "Hey, do good at training one time," but I don't remember there being a scene like there was in the movie. But the songs were, they were fun. They were exciting. The sets were great. The costumes were awesome. It was just really cool to see everyone dancing. The choreography was amazing. And the performers looked like they had a blast. And I was shocked to see where the second act of Wicked went. And a part of me didn't want to know and didn't want to see the show because I wanted the excitement for the movie. Because, and even in my review, I'm like, how is the Wizard of Oz gonna play in the part in the Wicked Part 2? Because we're gonna get to that point eventually. Because Elphaba dies. No spoilers. I'm sorry. That's how the show starts. That's how the movie starts. But I was like, what's gonna happen? How is that gonna work out? So seeing how the second act of Wicked unfolded was very satisfying for us because I liked the elements they used from The Wizard of Oz to put a twist on this new reinvention of the story. I was very shocked by what happened, what twists and turns happened. And I wanted more out of the ending. As satisfying as it was, and as much as I liked it, and as bittersweet it is, I really wanted more. And I would have gladly sat through another 2 hours of that because the show Wicked is just as long as Wicked Part 1 of the movie. So that's interesting. And finally seeing or finally knowing why it's called Wicked for Good. It's explained if you've seen the musical. I'm not acting like, oh, it's in the musical. I know because I saw it because I'm better than you. No, it just makes more sense if you know the musical. And now that I know it, I'm very much looking forward to how they handle part 2 because of the second act. And oh my god, seeing Defying Gravity was absolutely magical. Seeing the actor floating in the sky with the beams of light shooting onto her and around her, all the smoke. Oh my god, it was incredible. I think my girlfriend was tearing up a bit throughout, just because of how magical it felt. So, seeing the Wicked musical was great, and I'd love to see it again at some point in the future. I want to see plays. I think plays are really cool. I took a college class in high school where we went over plays, the theater, I think is what it was called. We just went over play structures and the history of certain plays and whatnot and different styles, and it was really fun, and I enjoyed it. I learned a lot about it, and it's very insightful, like how plays came to be. Um, a lot of plays were ways for people to criticize the governments without the government getting all up in their business and executing them. So that's really cool. But no, I really want to see plays. Like I really want to see Lion King, and I really want to see the Book of Mormon. But I would just want to watch other plays too, smaller plays, new plays. I want to get into that art form because I think it's really cool and it's a really fun way of telling a story. Excuse me. Um, but something we really want to do is we really want to see the Cursed Child Harry Potter stage play. I don't know if it's a musical or not, but we really want to see it. I've heard iffy things about the Cursed Child as a story. I know what it's about. I read a few details out of curiosity, but I just want to see how it plays out, just for the sake of fun and curiosity. Okay, so I think that's pretty much up with that. Let's see what the next subject I want to be is. Okay, let's talk about some sports stuff. All right. So the AFC and the NFC Championship just happened yesterday, and the Chiefs won off of miraculous devil magic bullshit. Fuck the Chiefs. And the Eagles won by decimating the Commanders. That was embarrassing. Saquon Barkley scored on his first touch. On the first Eagles offensive play, Saquon Barkley scored a, 65-yard touchdown? He should win MVP. Saquon Barkley deserves MVP. He not Offensive Player of the Year, MVP. He was the ultimate catalyst for changing the Eagles' offense for the better. The Eagles aren't where they are without Saquon Barkley and his dominant run game. This is the best Saquon Barkley has ever looked, so he deserves MVP. And unfortunately, we have to root for the Eagles because I don't want to hear, oh my God, Patrick Mahomes is the greatest of all time for three-peating. Oh, no one's ever done this before. The Chiefs did not look like the best team this year. They didn't look like the best team last year. They didn't deserve these two Super Bowl appearances. I'm sorry. Just winning off of miraculous, stupid bullshit calls and barely scraping by these games. They don't look good. They didn't look amazing. I'm sorry. There are so many teams that looked better than them. But what are you going to do? So, I just don't like Eagles fans from what I've seen on the internet and whatnot. And there's this YouTuber, Barry McCockiner, that I follow, really like his content. But I hate it when he talks smack on the Raiders and Derek Carr. I get it though, it's for comedy and whatnot, but we'll just have to endure the salt. We'll just have to endure the Eagles fan base. But they're our only hope. And hopefully they don't get a ticky-tacky bullshit call because Mahomes cried like, oh, the holding down. Okay, we win the game off of a fucking bullshit call. Oh, also, Tom Brady was commentating on the Commanders and Eagles game, was it? Yeah, I think it was commentating on the Commanders Eagles. He was like, oh, I don't like it when referees interfere. Let the players play. I think that's funny when Tom Brady's career was started off of a bullshit penalty or off of a bullshit call, the Tuck rule. Without the Tuck rule, that Patriots dynasty isn't there, I believe. Oh, God damn it. So hearing that from him was a little infuriating. I don't mind him as a commentator. It sucks that he's partial owner of the Raiders, but he better know what he's doing. But I don't mind him as a commentator. I think he's interesting to listen to. Kind of fun. He's not super exciting though. I just don't like the whole other commentators getting Mahomes and glazing the hell out of him. I like listening to Tony Romo sometimes as a commentator because he's super fucking smart. I don't get it. He's fucking calling plays left and right, like and he calls the exact thing what's going to happen. So I think that's really cool. I just hate the whole Mahomes glazing thing. Chris Collinsworth and Tony Romo. Jim, I don't. No, that's not Jim. No, that's I don't. I'm mixing them up. I'm a little not in it right now because I'm just clouded with Chiefs hate. So, um, yeah, that's the Super Bowl. Hopefully the Eagles win. But holy shit, this whole playoffs was insane. The Lions got knocked out by the Commanders. That was pretty sad to see. Is that what happened? Yeah, it was the Commanders who beat the Lions, right? I just need to see this just to remember. Yeah, that was very unexpected. The Chiefs, beat the Texans. Whatever. The Texans had a chance. The Eagles beat the Rams. The Rams almost had a comeback. Ugh, damn. That would have been cool for the Rams though. Like a very cutthroat team that never gave up all season, no matter what. Bills beat the Ravens. That was, oh my God. Mark Andrews dropped the pass. That would have tied the game with the 2-point conversion. Oh my God. That was infuriating. And it sucks that people were sending death threats to Mark Andrews. So the Bills fan base was like, hey, let's donate to Mark Andrews charity because the Bills fan base is pretty cool. But the Bills couldn't get it done against the Chiefs. I mean, the refs. What else happened? I talked about this when I recorded this the first time, but it got fucked up. Texans beat the Chargers in the wild card round. That was hysterical because the Dirty Bubble ate Jim Harbaugh on the Nickelodeon channel. That was hysterical. The game was not the same after that. And Herbert threw more interceptions in that game than he did all season in the regular season. So that was really cool. It just sucks to see Justin Herbert's talents not be fully utilized. Because when he was slinging the ball, and I get it, there are injuries and whatnot throughout the season, but it's just that style. I don't like that style for Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's a gunslinger. That motherfucker can throw the ball like nothing. Anyways, Ravens beat the Steelers pretty convincingly. Bills decimated the Broncos. That was very funny to see. It was Bover, Bo Nix, Bover, over. Eagles beat the Packers. Kind of close for a bit, but the Eagles just came back. Or not came back, but they were, they won. Then the Commanders beat the Bucks in a very close game. That was very unexpected. Holy shit. Then the Rams decimated the Vikings. And then I talked about the divisional games. Anyways, I want to talk about two specific teams. Let's talk about the Raiders first. My Raiders. My awful, awful, terrible Raiders. I just want to quickly go over the games throughout the season. We lost to the Chargers 22-10 on the home opener in Los Angeles. It was kind of close for a bit, but Gardner Minshew did some stupid things. Our defense couldn't hold up all game. We somehow beat the Ravens 26-23. Ravens fell 0-2. That was pretty funny. But there was some spark for the Raiders. Like, oh my God, the Raiders, they can do this. They can beat good teams. Then we got destroyed by the Panthers 36-22. The Panthers with Andy Dalton, his old ass. Yeah, that was definitely a game. The Raiders have never beaten Andy Dalton, no matter what team he's played for. Yeah, that sucks. Then we barely beat the Browns 20-16. The Browns had Deshaun Watson, and Deshaun Watson had a season-ending injury, and then he also injured himself in the offseason for the Browns. So that's going to show that signing Deshaun Watson was an awful, terrible mistake by the Browns organization. They could have had Baker. They could have kept Baker. Whatever. Then we lost to the Broncos 34-18. It was kind of close until it wasn't. Then we lost to the Steelers 32-13. Yeah, we never really had a chance in that game. Yeah, it was. It looked like it was 12-7 at halftime, and then 20 unanswered points. So yeah, that sucked. Where was I? Steelers. Then we barely lost to the Rams 20-15. It was close. The Rams were kind of like iffy, competitive, never out of a game entirely. But against the Raiders, come on. It was close for us though. Then we barely lost to the Chiefs 27-20. Could have won that game. And that was one of the moments where people thought, really, the Chiefs? What the fuck are you guys doing? I don't remember the specifics of that game entirely. Then we got demolished by the Bucs 28-13. It was tied at 10 at halftime, but we just couldn't get it going. It was bad. Then we lost to the Falcons in a very, very boring Monday night game, 15-9. That was ugly. Super boring. And was it Desmond Ridder that we had? Yeah, Desmond Ridder was our starter, I think. No. I think Aiden O'Connell was there, but he got injured. No, I think Desmond Ridder started. Yeah, I like the pickup, but we just don't have a good offensive line. Then we somehow beat the Jaguars 19-14. Not somehow, the Jags suck. They're bad. They had Mac Jones. Yeah, Aiden O'Connell came back that game, and yeah, we won, but at what cost? Winning that game fucked up our draft pick. Did I? Oh my god, I missed some games. Okay, sorry. After the first Chiefs game, we lost to the Bengals 41-24. We never had a chance. We lost to the Dolphins 34-19. Lost to the Broncos 29-19. We had a chance there, but we let it slip. Then we lost to the Chiefs 19-17. And this was the game that was so fucking... It was Black Friday, and the Raiders were driving down the field to have a chance to kick the field goal and win the game by 1. But the center snapped the ball when he wasn't supposed to, and one of the refs was supposed to call false start apparently, and that would have ended the drive, or that would have stopped the clock, 10-second runoff or something, and we probably would have had a chance to kick the field goal. Regardless, whatever, I don't know. But the botched snap, Chiefs recover, devil magic bullshit. And the Chiefs almost lost to the Raiders twice this year. One more serious than the other. Let that show you just how fucking mediocre the Chiefs look. I know they only have 2 losses on the season, but come on. Okay, then yeah, the Bucs, Falcons, Jags. Beating the Jags messed up our draft position. It's not like we were going to do shit with our first draft pick anyways. Then we beat the Saints 25-10 because the Saints started Spencer Rattler. Derek Carr wasn't able to come back to have an opportunity to become the first quarterback to lose to every single team in the NFL. I wouldn't like that because I'm a big Derek Carr fan. So I'm glad that didn't happen. Then we lost to the Chargers 34-20. We kind of had a chance, but let it slip by at the end of the game because our defense can't hold up all game if our offense can't do shit. So Raiders ended the season at 4-13. I at least thought we were going to win 6 games. So, yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of expectations for the season, but whatever. Then we fired the GM and Antonio Pierce. The guy had no quarterback to work with. The guy had garbage Minshew. I'm sorry, I don't like calling players bad. I hate it because they're there. They're in the league. They're good. They have skill. But what sucks is that they didn't produce. Our offense didn't do shit all season. Yeah, we had some kind of close-ish games, but It's not a nothing looked like we were there. Nothing looked like we were super competitive. Or oh, if these things just happened the other way, we would have been a playoff team. No, the highlight of the season was beating the Ravens. Ah, just a disappointing season. And Antonio Pierce was bad. I mean, he had no fucking running backs. He had no offensive line. He had no quarterback. And I get it. Gardner Minshew was probably there for a bridge. And you probably had more faith in the veteran than the rookie. But you guys were doing pretty damn good with Aiden O'Connell after fucking Josh McDoofus left. After we fired his ass. And now he's back on the Patriots because fucking he can't do shit anywhere else. Pussy down on the Colts. He fucking fucked up with the Raiders. Fucked up with the Broncos after a bit. Fuck him. Shouldn't say that. But I'm upset at my fucking team. But Tom Brady better know what he's fucking doing, because that motherfucker owes us 6 rings. What else is there to say? It's fucking sad. Yeah. I feel bad for Antonio Pierce. That dude didn't have much to work with. His defense did the best they could. But they could only do so much for so long without the offense producing points and helping them out. So hopefully we get a first round pick that helps us out, yada yada. I don't fucking care. Now let's talk about the Saints, because I'm invested in the Saints because of Derek Carr. So quickly go over. The Saints looked like the hottest team in the first 2 weeks, demolishing. Where is it? Demolishing the Panthers and the Cowboys 47-10 and 44-19. Then week 3 happened where the Eagles barely beat them, and they're like, oh, the Saints aren't contenders, they're pretenders. And then the Eagles proceeded to struggle to beat certain teams. And now they're in the Super Bowl. Then they lost to the Falcons 26-24. Then they lost to the Chiefs 26-13. And here's what's interesting about those 3 losses. More specifically against the Eagles and the Falcons. The offense struggled, yes, but Derek Carr did drive down the field at the end of the games to give the team the lead, and the defense just fucking fucked it up. So, against the Chiefs, though, let's see. It was 16-13 at one point in the game, it looks like. And Derek Carr, I think he threw a touchdown. He looked to the sideline and was like, hey, I told you, like, hey, we should have been doing this. Because Derek Carr's a smart guy. He knows how to read defenses and whatnot. I still think Derek Carr is a solid player. If you don't think so, fuck you. Anyways, after the Chiefs game, he got injured. Then came the Buccaneers and the Saints game. So Spencer Rattler started for the Saints. And in that game, the game was tied at... Was it? No, it wasn't tied. At halftime. Fucking, the Saints somehow scored 27 points in the second half. And I was like, oh my god, Spencer Rattler's amazing. And they just shit the bed and let 27 unanswered points go ahead. And that's what really started the Bucs becoming a pretty damn good team throughout the season. But yeah, Spencer Rattler does not have a win throughout his 6 starts in the season. That sucks because the guy obviously has some talent. But what sucks is that people are going, oh my god, start Rattler over Carr. And that's what happened. Rattler did get starts, but didn't do shit with it. No wins. I'm sorry. And don't say the injuries as an excuse, because Carr also dealt with a bunch of injuries to the team. So, fuck you guys. Fuck you, Saints fans. No, don't. I don't mean that. I'm just being an asshole right now. Then they lost to the Broncos 33-10. They lost to the Chargers 26-8. Derek Carr came back, but they couldn't do it and lost to the Panthers 23-22. That's the game that got Dennis Allen fired. Then Darren Rizzi came in. I forgot what he was. Their special teams coordinator, coach. I don't remember. Darren Rizzi came in. Then they beat the Falcons 20-17. Beat the Browns 35-14. Lost to the Rams 21-14. It was close until the end. I watched that game. I was pissed. Then they beat the Giants 14-11. But Derek Carr injured his hand, his non-throwing hand, when he dove to attempt to reach the first down. Didn't get it. And then he was out for the rest of the season. Jake Haener started against the Commanders. Didn't do shit. Spencer Rattler came in, almost won the game at the end. But Juwan Johnson, I think, dropped the game-winning 2-point conversion. I don't remember if it was like a weirdly thrown ball or if Juwan Johnson had his hands on the ball but just couldn't bring it in. Then they played the Packers and got decimated 34-0. Then they lost to the Raiders 25-10. And then they lost to the Bucks 27-19. I was invested in that game because Mike Evans was out for like 5 games. So the big question was, can Mike Evans reach 1,000 yards? And he did. He got 5 yards over 1,000. And it was incredible. So he is tied with Jerry Rice for the most consecutive seasons with 1,000+ yards receiving at 11 seasons, I think. So that's really damn cool. That's fucking awesome for Mike Evans. So hopefully he gets it next year and becomes, cements himself as one of the greatest wide receivers. Because that dude has an excellent career. And he will continue to have a great career. So yeah, that's it for the Saints. Spencer Rattler and Jake Haener took in for Carr when he was injured, and nothing could get done. It was injuries galore for the Saints team. And the Saints can't get rid of Carr because they have too much money invested in him, so Carr has to start next season. But I still believe in the guy. I really do. And I get the whole argument that everything needs to be perfect for him or he needs to have a really good damn system around him, but all quarterbacks have to. So yeah, I hate being a sports fan because nothing works out for me. And the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. I want to apologize for the shitty audio that you probably just heard, because it turns out that I guess I wasn't recording some of what was happening. Mainly I think when talking about football. I don't know what issue I was having. I looked over and it looked like nothing was recording when I started talking about football. So that's fun. So you most likely will just hear the shitty audio coming from the camera for that segment. And I'll probably have a disclaimer there anyways. I'll have to mess with the audio, I guess. So anyways, while I'm still on the topic of sports, I thought of an interesting subject, illegally streaming sports, and why I find it more ethical than illegally streaming movies and TV shows. So when it comes to sports, I think it's extremely profitable because it's super hard to stream sports because you have to have this and you have to have that and you have to have Prime to watch the Thursday night games. You have to have fucking Prime to watch a specific playoff game. You have to have the Sunday ticket to watch teams that are, not playing in your area. So plenty of people pay to watch sports. Plenty of people go to the games to watch sports. And I don't feel guilty about illegally streaming sports. I don't. And that is because they profit so much already. They profit so much. How much ad space they sell, how much tickets they sell, how much merchandise they sell, all the brand deals and everything. I feel no guilt at all. And especially because they make it so hard to watch sports now. And it's mainly referring to football for me. So I feel zero guilt when I go to like Stream East or whatever. Hell, there are some Like football news reporters who use Stream East and stuff. You could see it on like screenshots they've made and put on Twitter. You can see that they were, viewing it off of that. I think you could even see fucking LeBron James on the sideline using like Stream East or something to watch games. It's funny. So when your top dogs illegally stream games, I, as a consumer, as the little guy who has to fork over money to watch your fucking product, I don't care. But I don't feel the same about movies and TV, and here's why. Because it's less of a how am I trying to say it? Because those guys need the support. And because there's so much film and TV out there, it's hard to get that advertising for certain movies and shows. Like if you don't have Disney money, your shit's not gonna get advertised pretty well. I think, or unless you somehow trick everyone into thinking that your movie's the scariest thing, like Longlegs, and have an incredible marketing campaign like that, and then it turns out you just watch a boring pile of shit. Who knows? But yeah, it's pretty sad, I think, that a lot of great movies don't make their money back. So I like to go support things. I like to go watch movies that the mainstream people wouldn't watch otherwise. And they are made for less of a budget, and they wouldn't need the world to watch their movie and help them make their money back. No, they're fine with certain demographic coming to watch that movie. But it's hard when there are like certain movies that don't make their money back, like Transformers 1. That shit was marketed terribly, and it was actually a really damn good movie. And also, like, fucking, if certain shows aren't going to be on your platform that owns said show, I'm not going to feel upset about going to illegally stream it. You don't want me to pay you to watch something? Then I'm just going to do it for free somewhere else. That's the mindset a lot of people have, and it is like the last resort to like watch something. And I guess I don't feel bad for like extremely old things though when it comes to that. Like I watched the Charlie Brown Christmas special this year on the Internet Archive. That thing is fucking 60, 70, 80 years old? When did the Charlie Brown Christmas special come out? 65, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So why did I say 80? That thing's like 60 years old. The creator of it's been dead for a while, and it's on Apple TV. I don't want to fucking get Apple TV to watch something that should be available on cable. Something as accessible as and simple as and lovable as Charlie Brown. So there's certain exceptions I'll have. If it's like almost impossible to find anywhere, then I will illegally stream it or whatever. But like for certain creators, I like to support them. They don't have the power that the NFL has or the big major sports market has. So it's kind of disheartening that there are people who would illegally stream shit all the time. I know this whole topic was just a big fucking mess, but I just wanted to explain why I felt, and I had more to say on why. I had more to say for my defense for illegally streaming sports than I did why people shouldn't illegally stream movies and shows and whatever. But I just wanted to get that out of the way. Just a really stupid, quick, short thing on that. I gotta change this battery for this camera. All right, we're talking about movies stuff now, so let's get into something that really, really irked me. There was a news article that came out the other day that I read that said that Netflix executives apparently wants their screenwriters for their content to have the characters explain what they're doing in the show more so than usual for people who are casually watching their shows and movies. So no longer can art be a way of expression through any means necessary, more so than just telling it, blatantly telling it. No, it has to be background noise for people who want to sweep or wash the dishes. Now, I'm guilty of having things on for background noise, but that's because it'd be things that I've watched 12 dozen plus times. The Big Bang Theory, I can have that on for background noise. I've rewatched it like 5 times. I know the physical gags. I know a lot of the jokes. So it's comfortable. So I can throw that on for background noise. What else? Parks, Modern Family. Most of Modern Family anyways. Haven't finished it all. But Parks, I can have that on for background noise. I've rewatched it a few times. I wouldn't like to have it on for background noise because it's something I'd like to pay attention to because it's really fucking funny and really well made. Let's see. There's the internet show Red vs. Blue. I can have that for background noise. I've rewatched it dozens of times. It's hysterical. I know all the physical gags though. I know all the shots and everything. I know the jokes that are happening when I'm not looking at it. Arby and the Chief, a YouTube show made by John Graham, an excellent YouTuber. That show is incredible. If you haven't watched it, I know it's probably not your thing because it's Halo toys and then inside the Halo games, but it has a really cool story, especially season 5, 6, 7, and 8. But I know all the physical. I've rewatched that so many times. I can have that on for background. So I'm guilty of having things on for background noise, but telling your people right now that they can't make what they want to make because you want their characters to say exactly what they're feeling, exactly what they mean, or say exactly what they're doing, so people can have it on for background noise while they fucking doom scroll on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and all that shit, or while they sweep and do the dishes, whatever. No longer can movies and TV shows be written as a way of expressing an idea, a thought that you have. No longer can you tell an impressive story. Now it just has to be, oh, we want the characters to say exactly what's on their mind. We want to spoon feed our audience. Art doesn't mean a thing anymore. It's not art for art's sake. It's art for background noise sake. I'm so glad I don't pay for Netflix. If I need to use something for Netflix, I go on my mom's Netflix or my girlfriend's Netflix. And unfortunately, I did that for Emilia Perez, an awful garbage shit movie I watched and I wasted my time with. But I watched it at work, so I guess I didn't really waste my time with that. But I just used it for Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. That was great. I loved that. And I need to get back to it because that's the only way I can watch Being Puppycat Lazy in Space, because there's no physical way to watch it. And I need a physical way to watch that show. That's my comfort show. But with that, I've watched it a dozen plus times. Somehow, I've watched it like 10 plus times. I don't know how that happened, but I just did when I was watching with my sisters, like all the time. And just on my own. But I know the gags and that and stuff. And it is my comfort show. But I will defend that because it is comfortable to watch. But oh man, I just can't stand when a creative can't tell their story or make the thing they want to make. And what's the point? If someone's just, why the hell would someone throw on The Irishman for a casual viewing? You know, like, you're not gonna throw. Why tell your artist to make something that they have to fucking describe in detail what the characters are doing? The person putting it on most likely has an interest in it. And they have the power to rewind. And if something is eye-catching and if something catches their attention, they're gonna want to like actually watch it. So even if they are just doom scrolling, they'll fucking rewind if they miss something. So why even fucking put a constraint? It's not gonna mean anything. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care. Do whatever you guys do. I just hope that when I make it big, that I'll have the power to let people make what they want to make. Fuck it. I don't care about Netflix. Yeah. What else should we talk about? Okay, before I get to the Oscar noms, and I wanted to talk about this Kristian Harloff guy that I heard about recently, I want to talk about a real quick thing, the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal. So, it's been speculated for such a long time that we would get a Nintendo Switch 2. And then Nintendo said, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna release some details on the Nintendo Switch 2 soon. It's coming out in the year 2025." And then about a month ago or so, some guy leaked what it looked like. He had a physical copy of the Switch. He said, "Yep, this is what it looks like. It's bigger." Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I guess Nintendo was shitting their bricks, like really pissed off that someone leaked it. So they released a video a while back, showing what the Nintendo Switch 2 was: a slightly larger Switch with Joy-Cons that don't slide off. Give me 1 second. So here's my Switch. The Joy-Cons won't slide off like this. They'll have magnets. They'll have magnets that just pop it off like this. And I don't know how I feel about that. They have to be really damn good, I think, because otherwise you can probably just pull them off, regularly. Because my Switch has that problem with one of the Joy-Cons. Although there is a button right here that you push and you push the button here and pull or push from the bottom to release it from the rail. One of my Joy-Cons has that issue where it doesn't need to be pushed. See, I'm not pushing the button from the back. I'm just pushing it from the bottom of the Joy-Con. This one, no, but this one does. So, these magnets better be damn good. And I'm sure they'll reveal more details about it, but so far it was just, hey, here's what it looks like. Here's the Joy-Cons. Oh, you can probably use it as a mouse. It's slightly bigger, and the kickstand's better. And I'm all for a better kickstand, so you can play games tabletop side without it having a stupid flimsy ass kickstand. And I'm sure I'll be more impressed when they show it later on and start showing what games they're going to play for it. And it looks like it'll be backwards compatible with Switch games, or most Switch games, like regular Nintendo Switch games. But it just doesn't look all too impressive. It's just a slightly bigger Switch, like a slightly larger OLED system. I don't know. They did show off a Mario Kart game with 24 race slots in it, racer slots for a map. So I'm sure that there will be a new Mario Kart with 24 racers in it, 21 or 24. But that's really cool, I think. But I think I'll be okay with the regular Switch, at least until either some exclusives or a reason to get the new Switch reveals itself. Because if it's backwards compatible with the Switch, then I don't really need it. Like, I still have the original Xbox One from 2013. I got mine in 2015. It's almost a decade later. It'll be a decade later in December 2025 when I've had this Xbox for 10 years, and I haven't had an issue with it. I haven't had a need to upgrade to the Xbox One S or the Xbox One X or even the Xbox Series X. I'd like to get the Xbox Series X, but I just don't need it because there's not like exclusives on there, I think. You can still play all the games on there that you can still play on the regular Xbox One. And if the same thing's going to be for the Nintendo Switch 2, then I don't really see a reason to pick it up unless there's like really good performance things with it, or it's just it runs better or something. More storage, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe there'll be like a cool limited edition variant. Like it'll have cool characters on it, or it'll be styled after a game or whatever. Like mine is the Animal Crossing one. It has an Animal Crossing dock and it has Animal Crossing Joy-Cons, and yeah. So I don't really see a reason to pick it up unless there's some really cool shit on there. So I guess that's kind of it. I mean, I still love Nintendo. I love their games, Mario, Zelda. Haven't played Metroid much, but Metroid, it's famous. It's like one of their flagship titles. Yeah, I love Nintendo shit, but I just don't know if I'll pick up the Switch 2 unless it just looks really damn impressive, and like oh I need that. And I was also expecting more of a home console feel to it. I mean, we'll get more details obviously, but I think they should really. I mean, I like the idea of a hybrid, but I think more emphasis should be put on the home console area for better performance. That's just my take. Well, especially with how easy it is to just take a dock around because it's so light. Whatever. Okay, I'm done with that. Let's talk about Kristian Harloff for a second. So, I saw something on Twitter or Reddit the other day saying, hey, what do you guys think about this? I think I was in the Sardonicast subreddit. Sardonicast is a podcast hosted by YMS, Adam from Your Movie Sucks, and Alex from I Hate Everything. It also used to have Ralph the Movie Maker, but he doesn't do it anymore. He went to focus on his own stuff. It was a good run while it lasted, but it's just those two now. And I still listen to some episodes every now and then. So I was in their subreddit the other day, and I think someone posted this. It was like, hey, what do you guys think of this? It's this guy, Kristian Harloff, on his fucking show or whatever, talking about what he was talking about was interesting to me. I'm like, wait a minute. Is this guy really saying what he thinks he's saying? Or is this guy really, does he really mean this? Does he really mean that the Oscars should be a popularity show and a show for the majority of movie-going audiences rather than what's the best of the best? You're like, why is this nominated? No one's fucking heard of it. So that really fucking irked me. So I went to like find the video where he's talking about the Oscar noms and shit. And he's all like, who the fuck's heard of these movies? And he's talking about the animated ones too. Like, I've never heard of Flow. Why the fuck is it nominated? I think The Wild Robot should win. But like, why is Memoir of a Snail fucking there? Like, no one's heard of it. Are they gonna give it to the little guys because we gotta go for the little guys because they don't have the money that the big guys have? How about the best fucking things are nominated and the best thing should win, you fucking asshole? No one's heard of this, so that means it shouldn't win. Despite it most likely being better. I don't want Inside Out 2 to win Best Animated Feature. And frankly, I don't want The Wild Robot to win. I made a video saying why I loved it. But the more I look back on it, I think I just really like it. And I love the vibe and the idea it had. Because I watched Look Back, an anime film. I want to say who the director is. Because I really like it. I think he's an animator who worked on Chainsaw Man. And holy shit. Look Back, go watch it. That's on Amazon Prime. You have no reason to not watch Look Back. It's on Amazon Prime and it's less than an hour. There's nothing more accessible than a film less than an hour long. From Kiyotaka Oshiyama, who directed, or looks like he worked on Devilman Crybaby, some anime show. Flip Flappers, looks like some anime show. And it looks like a short called Shishigari. Let's see. He worked on Chainsaw Man. That's all I can really say. I don't think I see a whole lot other things he's worked on. I looked at his IMDb a while back, and I was a little more well versed into what he did. I just don't want to do that right now. But Look Back is an excellent anime film. It's an excellent animated film. It's an excellent film in general. It's subtle. It's not on the nose. It's not telling you how to feel. It's not telling you what to feel. It tells a very heartbreaking, tragic, yet bittersweet story that I found fucking beautiful. But I'm sure if it was nominated, this guy would go, I haven't heard of it. I don't think it should be nominated or win because of The Wild Robot, Inside Out 2. Fuck you. And this guy's all like, oh my god, Amelie Perez or fucking The Brutalist, The Wicked is going to win Best Picture. And like, because it makes sense because people heard about it. But him saying like Flow shouldn't be nominated because no one's seen it Like, I'm looking forward to Flow. It looks stunning, and I don't want to say what it is because I didn't know this certain aspect about it until these people said it, and that made me more intrigued about it because it made me think, okay, I think that's what the wild robot should have been. But I listened to some of this guy talk, and I'm just like, you sound like a fucking asshole. Because if it was the way you wanted it, then Deadpool and Wolverine would be nominated for Best Picture, and that'd be a fucking glorious day, wouldn't it? I wrote down something in my notes. He thinks Best Picture nominee should be a celebration of films that everyone has seen rather than the best. He seems to not like the idea that lesser known movies are nominated for Best Picture because nobody has heard of them. He also brought up like the box office numbers, like, oh, only two of these so far have reached over $100 million worldwide at the box office, that being Wicked and Dune Part 2. Because like Conclave, The Brutalist, a Complete Unknown, Emilia Perez, fuck, what else is there? I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance. They haven't reached over $100 million at the box office, and I guess he has an issue with that. Like he made a point to mention that only two of those movies have over $100 million at the box office. I do agree with him that Denis Villeneuve was snubbed, like super hard, like super hard. Denis Villeneuve was snubbed for best directing, and I'll get to that later. I'll get to that in a bit. But the Oscars or award shows, they shouldn't be a popularity contest. He was also mentioning like the Academy are all like, oh my god, no one's watching our show. Why? And he said it's because they're not nominating the movies that everyone's heard of. They're not nominating Deadpool and Wolverine or fucking Godzilla versus Kong or whatever. He didn't say that, Godzilla versus Kong or Deadpool and Wolverine, but I'm sure that's the case. Movies that everyone's heard of. Alien Romulus. I didn't watch it, but I heard iffy things about it. Fuck, man. And yeah, I think the Oscars have messed up a few times here and there. More than enough, they've messed up, I believe. But the stance this guy has just really fucking bugged me. I don't know if he was part of some fucking YouTube show, Schmo Knows or whatever. I tried looking into it more. I just couldn't care, and I dropped listening to this guy after a while. Also, his fucking descriptions on that video for that specific video, like the chapters that were made, they weren't auto generated because it says if it's auto generated, they were completely fucking wrong. Like it said Wolfman, and they're still talking about Dune. Like, what the fuck's going on? Fix your shit. Fuck you. So yeah, I'm okay with not listening to Kristian Harloff. The guy sounds like a dick. Seems like a dick. I don't know. I saw some comment where some guy was like, he's just salty, wasn't invited to the Star Wars event or whatever. So that if that's the case, that seems funny. I'm sorry. I like the idea that the best of the best shouldn't win, but his fucking elitist mentality that, oh, the little guy is gonna get nominated and win because, oh, we gotta give the little guy a chance rather than give it to the most popular things. Or fucking the best of the best should win. Fuck you. Okay, let's talk about the Oscar nominations. The Oscar nominations happened this past Thursday. And I have some thoughts on them. And I want to go over what some nominations are. I'm not going to go over everything. More so let's talk about like the writing, the directing, and best picture. Well, how about this? Let's talk about animated feature film. So the nominees are Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. Let's talk about Flow real quick, a film I haven't seen, but it's from Latvia, and Latvia is a country in Europe, north of Lithuania. It's around Finland, in case you're wondering, like, hey, what's this country? Where is this film from? Whatever. And it's also their nominee for Best International Feature, so that's cool. Animated film for Best International Feature. I don't think it'll win, but it'll be interesting. So I've heard great things about Flow. It won Best Animated Feature at the Golden Globes, which I thought was a surprise. I don't really care about the Golden Globes, but that was interesting to see that it wasn't like Inside Out 2. And I'm glad the animated feature films here weren't like Kung Fu Panda 4, Despicable Me 4, fucking Inside Out 2, and like the American and all American animated films. Like my feared guesses would have been Kung Fu Panda 4, Inside Out 2, The Wild Robot, Vengeance Most Foul, Wallace and Gromit, and fucking Despicable Me 4. That was my like most worried options. Like I like Inside Out 2 a lot. I really like The Wild Robot. And I think they wouldn't have chosen Wallace and Gromit if it wasn't stop motion and Aardman. Like, oh, we haven't had one in a while, so might as well show it some love. So I'm kind of okay with this list. It's just that I've heard there were so many better animated films, like Mars Express, a film I really, really want to watch. I heard it was excellent. And it was on the eligibility list, but it wasn't nominated. Instead, we got Inside Out 2. The most popular animated film out of this whole list. And I like Inside Out 2, but I think it's like it's the Pixar award. It's the Pixar nominee because, it made us feel something. It's a movie about feelings and anxiety, and the anxiety attack in there is so powerful, and so many people can relate to it. Yeah, it just sucks that it's basically a reskin of the first movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like it, and I can watch it and enjoy it and laugh at it again and feel the feels again. But there's so much more out there in terms of animation because they were limited in what they did in the sequel because they just fucking redid what they did in the first movie. Like, almost beat for beat. Yeah, there were some new elements, but it's almost a reskin of the first movie. That's kind of sad. Meanwhile, you have something called Memoir of a Snail, which I've heard was excellent. I'm looking forward to watching it because it was on my radar for a while. Wallace and Gromit, I had a really damn good time with it. I loved it. And The Wild Robot, yeah, I think that's like the pick to. That's gonna be the popular pick to win, because it's the new exciting animated film that everyone fell in love with. I just think that it could have been more. And it sucks because I made a whole ass video talking about why I loved it. But that's just my honest opinion. It could have done a little more, and it could have done more by doing a little less. Like if it was a silent film, wow, that could have been incredible. Also, The Wild Robot's nominated for Best Score. I'm okay with the nomination. I'm pretty okay with the nomination because I listened to the score again today. I thought it was pretty damn good, and it's a very big part of the story. And I think it would have been more effective if the film was silent. We can talk about that later, though. Maybe another day we can talk about that. I'm just very upset that Look Back wasn't nominated. An extremely accessible film, and it wasn't there. You could have switched out fucking Inside Out 2. But you have to have Pixar there because it's on ABC, and ABC is owned by Disney, and Disney owns Pixar, and you gotta have our fucking movie there, or else. Okay, I'm kind of done with that. Let's talk about Best Directing. This is one that people are up in arms about, and I'm pretty up there too. Best Directing: Sean Baker for Nora, Brady Corbett for The Brutalist, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, Jacques Aidard, Emilia Perez, and Coralie Farge, The Substance. Now, I've heard a lot of great things about Honora. I'm excited to watch that. And I've heard great things about Sean Baker as a director, and I want to see his movies. I heard The Florida Project was great, and he did Red Rocket, I believe. So I've heard great things about this director, and I'm sure he's warranted to be up there. Brady Corbett for The Brutalist. I haven't seen The Brutalist yet. I'm looking forward to that this week. I've waited to see it in 70 millimeter. I'm just waiting for some. I'm just waiting. It's timing out with certain things happening. I'm very excited to see that. My issue with that though is it's 3.5 hours long and there is an intermission, but I've heard great things about it, like really great things about it, and I'm excited for that. A Complete Unknown, James Mangold. I like James Mangold as a director from the few things I've seen from him. I just think though that the Academy might just be like, oh, the fucking biopic. Let's throw the guy for the biopic there. I mean, I have to watch it because it's nominated for Best Picture, and I got to see if it's, worthy or not. I'm sure it's good. I just don't know anything about John Denver. Is that John Denver? I feel like an asshole if I... God damn it. I'd feel like an asshole if I didn't know A Complete Unknown was about John Denver. Because I don't know anything about John Denver. Bob Dylan. I'm sorry. Just goes to show how much I don't know about either Bob Dylan or John Denver. I'm sorry. I don't. So I don't have an interest in it, but I'm going to watch it anyways. And I'm not going to be able to tell if Tim Cham did a really good Bob Dylan or not. Okay. Coralie Farge for The Substance. The Substance was excellent. And that's my hope for Best Picture. It's nominated for Best Picture. It is a horror film. And if it wins, that would be incredible. Because there's so much substance to The Substance. See what I did there? Whatever. But here's the one that everyone's upset about. A lot of people are upset about this. And they're upset about not just this nomination, but this entire film in general, as well as how many nominations this film has. Jacques Aridard for Emilia Perez. I fucking hate that movie. I watched it at work. I wasted 2 hours and 12 minutes of my time. It was awful. I hated it. And for Best Director, you fucking left out Denis Villeneuve, who helmed Dune Part 2, like the coolest cinematic experience of the year. For Emilia Perez? Go fuck yourselves. What about Emilia Perez was more interesting than Dune Part 2 in terms of directing? Nothing. Go fuck yourselves. I shouldn't be upset about this, but I am. What I'm more upset, though, is that Luca Guadagnino and Challengers did not have a single fucking nomination. No Best Picture, no original screenplay, no Best Directing, no cinematography or editing, no score, but Emilia Perez gets all those nominations? Go fuck yourselves. Fucking ridiculous. Unbelievable. All for a garbage fucking movie that's gonna win one award and Twitter's gonna fucking explode. I wasted my time with that fucking awful movie. It was fucking stupid. The songs were stupid. None of the songs are there's like one or two songs that are like they had a catchy melody to them, but I'm not going back to watch them out of curiosity or anything. They fucking suck. So many people hate this movie. Apparently, a bunch of Mexicans in Mexico hate it. Apparently, a lot of people in the LGBTQ community hate it. Because they don't like the portrayal of the trans character in the movie. And what sucks is that the trans actress is receiving death threats and stuff, and that's not cool. Don't send death threats to actors, or don't send death threats to anyone. Fucking assholes. The person just played a character in a movie. And when I first heard buzz about this, I'm like, a movie about a trans character with a trans actress. That seems kind of interesting. I had a buddy who watched it on Letterboxd and gave it a good grade, so I was intrigued by it. Then it released, and everyone fucking dogpiled on it. So I was like, I gotta see what this shit's about. So I watched it, and I was fucking disgusted. It was boring. The biggest sin a film can be to me is boring. And it was. Fucking, the character wanted something, and the character got it. She wanted to transition. She transitioned. She missed her kids after she sent them away. She got her kids back. She felt bad about fucking being in the cartel and a cartel leader and shit. She started a nonprofit to help find people. Just everything the character wanted, she got right away without ease, without struggle. Fucking stupid. Fucking boring. And I can understand people having the issue with like, oh my god, this character, it's only trans because the person feels bad about what she did in a past life, just wanted to escape and become a different person. And people might take issue with that. I don't think it's offensive, personally. I because it's part of the story. And the character didn't feel happy as a man and became a woman, but still wasn't happy because of all the shit she did in the past. I can get the correlation of why it matters to the story and why people find it offensive. It just doesn't bother me. What bothered me more is how fucking boring the movie was. And there were so many other fucking better films that could have been nominated for every category in its place. Fuck. The song in Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, about the gnome, the robot gnome singing their song. I found more enjoyment in that song than any of the fucking 20 songs in this shit movie. Fuck me, man. I'm getting upset about something that I shouldn't. I'm upset because other worthy films weren't nominated for what could have been. Editing. I thought the editing in Civil War was pretty good. I think it helped the film quite a lot. The editing is much more interesting. It serves much more of a purpose than the editing in this shit movie. But challengers, where editing is key in that film, where editing matters so much to that film. Nah, fuck it. The gays got their chance. We gotta go for the trans now. We gotta get the trans film a chance. Fuck the gay movie. Fuck you. Come on, you got room for that. Take out fucking another movie and throw that in there. That's just my thought of what I thought the old fucking geezers in the Academy thought. Trying to be more political. I mean, it's okay to be political, but trying to get brownie points and shit. I don't know. Let's see. Cinematography. Yeah, Emilia Perez is there. I'm happy that Nosferatu got the nom, because Nosferatu is a fucking stunning, excellent film. But it's going to be a battle between Nosferatu, Dune 2, and The Brutalist for cinematography. But to replace Emilia Perez, fucking Challengers. Challengers was excellent looking. Fuck, even Longlegs, a film that I really, really, really don't like, but I appreciate the look of it. I think Longlegs is an excellent looking film. A lot of unique and interesting shots in there. There's no shot in Emilia Perez that was interesting to me. Fuck, even the editing in there, it's fucking shitty. We hang on establishing shots for way too long. Fuck you. Score. Where's score? This one very much upset me. The Brutalist there is cool because I've listened to certain pieces of the score and I think it sounds incredible. I haven't heard the score for Conclave. Wicked? Why is Wicked there for original score? I mean, I remember liking the music, not the soundtrack, but the composed score for the film, for the moments in between the singing and stuff. I thought it was nice to listen to, but nothing stood out to me. And the Wild Robot, yeah, because the score is very important in there. But Emilia Perez for score? Not soundtrack, score. Fucking Challengers. Fucking Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor. That score was fucking intense and epic, and because it's techno, they probably don't want to give it to it because it's techno. Fuck you guys. Yeah, that one very much upset me. Very. That fucking had me seething with anger all day. Yeah, it's up for international feature. Editing. Yeah, editing. The editing was fucking shit in that movie. But the directing is what really upset me, because Luca Guadagnino and Denis Villeneuve could have easily took that spot. Oh man! But you know what will make people not argue about this? Just give every fucking category 10 nominations, because everyone's gonna be there no matter what. Because there's so many nominations for so many movies. Just fucking give every category 10 nominations. It doesn't matter. Because there's more than 5 best actors. There's more than 5 best editing nominations there could be there. That could be there. You have 10 movies. Fuck, for 2019, there was only 9 nominations. What the hell? Where's the 10th one? Did you guys forget? So yeah, that very much upset me that Emilia Perez got so many nominations. It has 13 nominations. It's one of the highest nominated films in Oscars history. And it is the highest fucking nominated international feature. So yeah, I'm very upset with that. But I will talk more about the Oscar noms later in my fucking Best Picture review, where after I watch all the Best Pictures, I will make a video. I'll rank them, what I think is, or like my least favorite to favorite, and I'll just say what I want to win, and I'll go over the other subjects too. And it'll also interlace because each film is nominated for certain categories, whatever. So I'll do that later. I'm also hoping to meet up with a buddy of mine to talk about our favorite films in 2024, as well as talk about the Oscar noms. So there's that to look forward to too. Okay, I think that's just about does it for the Slice Podcast 26, except for one thing that I want to say, because it was pretty big in the film industry that just happened recently. The passing of David Lynch. He's a film director who I've only seen one movie, Mulholland Drive, and although I don't like that film, like I really don't like it, I can understand that it was a person with a vision behind it, that it was a creative, and this man is a fucking icon. This man is a power to filmmakers who want to make their own craft and not have anyone come in the way and mess with it. That this man has made countless films that people have looked up to throughout his 70 odd some year career. The man's a champion for independent creativity. I don't know so much about him, but I know he meant so much to the film industry and how impactful and important he was. So it's a shame to see him go. And it sucked because I was just about wanting to get ready to watch some of his films. Like I wanted to watch Blue Velvet or The Elephant Man. He seemed like such an interesting director, filmmaker. And it sucks to see him go. So that's a shame. That sucks, yeah. I know a lot of people are very upset about it. I just wanted to point that out because it is a big fucking piece of film news. It is an important event in film right now, and I'm sure it's going to be tough for a lot of people once the memoriam thing happens in the Oscars. Just one other thing. The Pacific Palisades fire just happened a few weeks ago here in Los Angeles, and that was awful. Fucking, it started and it didn't stop. So many fucking homes were burnt down, and it was awful. Then there were different fires throughout Los Angeles, Eaton, a part of Hollywood. Yeah, it was just awful. One day I just saw on the news, holy shit, there's a fucking fire and it's huge. And then it was hella windy because all the wind started picking up. And thank God I'm nowhere near it, but I feel awful for the people that it happened to. So if you can, I don't know who's going to fucking watch this till the end, but if you can, go help, please. Donate shit, go volunteer. There's so many people who need the help and the assistance, and I hope they get it. It was such a fucking awful thing that happened. There's so many homes that were lost. It's it's awful. I bought and donated a bunch of shit one day. It was the least I could do because there's more important things than me worrying about bills and stuff. The more important things than my own personal comfort. I'm not a saint or anything. Um, I just wanted to do it because there's people who need shit, and I know there's more people who are helping and doing shit, and I commend all those people. But yeah, I just wanted to say that if you can go help. Yeah. So, anyways, that is the episode 26 of the Slice podcast. Did you like the subject I talked about? Oh shit. I totally forgot. This isn't the end. I totally forgot. I had questions. I had questions that I asked people on my Instagram poll. I totally forgot about this. Holy shit, this is embarrassing. Okay, there's a few questions I had answered or I had asked. So let me get it pulled up real quick. I'm waiting for the fucking Instagram to load. It's not loading though. I was having an issue with it earlier. I was trying to post my review, or my quick review for Wallace and Gromit, on there. That's not working. I think I had them screenshotted from a while back. Let's see. All right. My buddy Rodrigo had said Super Bowl predictions, dream Super Bowl and realistic Super Bowl. This was when the divisional round was going to happen. My dream Super Bowl was the Lions and the Ravens. Realistically, I was thinking Chiefs and Lions, but holy shit, that crashed out. That sucked. I gotta look up something real quick for this next question. An old friend of mine, Amanda, said, "Can you watch Nowhere on Netflix and give it a review?" So Nowhere is a film from 2023, and it states, fleeing a totalitarian country, pregnant Mia must fight for her life when a violent storm knocks the container in which she has been hiding overboard. Trapped, Mia gives birth and is forced to survive to save her baby. That seems interesting. If I have the time to watch it and the more interest, if I have a lot of free time for it, I'll definitely try to check it out because it does sound interesting. So yeah, maybe I'll say maybe one day. Probably not like its own full video. It'll probably be like a compilation or a big list of films and stuff I review for that. So maybe one day. An old buddy of mine, Gerardo, will you be posting a movie review on Interstellar? So I recently watched Interstellar. I didn't mention it earlier. I probably should have. But I recently watched Interstellar for the 10-year re-release of it. I could have seen it in 70mm IMAX. I didn't, but I watched it in laser IMAX at the Chinese theater. And holy shit, that was incredible. I would love to make its own separate review video for that, but I would need to watch it again and make sure I have a formatted review for it about what I love about it. But I'm sure so many people have said what they had to say about it already. But I think it'd just be fun if I did it. So yes, I definitely want to do that. Then I had a buddy of mine from college, Haido. I think that's how you say his name. We didn't interact a whole lot, but we've like kind of messaged each other throughout the years and whatever. Favorite horror film from the 2000s. I don't know if I have a definitive answer for that because I didn't really get into horror until I guess until the late 2010s when I started watching like Hereditary and Midsummer. That's what really got me into the genre because I never really went out of my way to watch horror. So for this, let me just look up horror 2000s. Um, I guess I'll say one of the most intriguing ones for me was, I think, Final Destination 3. I always saw it on TV and thought it was interesting. Like, oh fuck, the roller coaster ride. People can die in a roller coaster. That's crazy. I don't want that to happen to me. So I'll probably say that. Not like my favorite, but like something that really kind of connected with me. Uh, Shit, yeah. I just wasn't into horror films around that time. But Final Destination was probably the one that was like interesting to me and had me engaged. Just like, oh shit, that could happen. That's scary. Uh, I didn't watch Cloverfield until much later, so I won't say Cloverfield. I like Cloverfield enough though. Um, I guess that's what I have to say. Just Final Destination 3 in terms of like the 2000s, because I can speak more on 2010s and later, I guess. But just for the 2000s, I guess I'll just say Final Destination 3, just because it's the most uh like the most sort of obvious horror film I watched, or the most around horror film that was on when I was a kid. Like there was fucking like the Child's Play movies, but they weren't really on. More so, just I saw an image of Chucky's face and that freaked the fuck out of me. Um, let's see. My buddy Gerardo also sent me another message, but it was too long for the thing. Uh, Sorry, Instagram's being a bitch right now. But I think it was along the lines of like, what's your favorite, like, what was like your dream movie combo? What's your like favorite movie snack thing? So I can try to answer that to the best of my knowledge from me trying to remember what the question specifically was. But Instagram's just being a bitch right now. Um, I'm a sucker for popcorn and ices at the movie theater, but um, I do like little sweets. Like I would love to get like the hot sweets, like not pretzels, but like the like small cinnamon bites and stuff like that, like little churros and shit. But I just hate waiting for those, especially when you get to the theater. You want to arrive just in time so you can sit down right before the previews start or like during the previews, but you don't want to wait in line hella long, especially if there's a long line. So you have to wait more for your fucking warm stuff and hope you most likely can miss a part of the movie. So yeah, I don't want to get the warm shit, even though it is enticing, like a nice flatbread artisan pizza from the AMC's, or a nice drink, or the warm cinnamon bites, or whatever. But I'm just a sucker for popcorn and ices, and an occasional soda, a root beer. But I will say something funny though. I wish you could take in food in the theaters, just not have it be so distracting. Because when me and my girlfriend went to go see The Fall Guy, we took in a bunch of not a bunch. We went to go get poke. There's the AMC Topanga up there, and it's just like this mall area with like a cool food court. And we got there late, not to the movie, but we just got there later than we wanted to go see The Fall Guy because she really wanted to see it. I didn't at first, but as I saw more trailer and promotion for it, I was like, okay, this seems really cool. I'll go watch it. We didn't have time to sit down and eat our poke, so we're like, oh fuck, we hope they let us take it in. They didn't give a shit. They let us go in. They didn't care we had a bag of shit. So we got there, we got our poke set up and ready, and just fucking chowed down a poke and watched a movie. It was cool. So I guess that'd be cool, if I can take in poke, or if we can have a nice fresh bowl of something like that in a movie theater. That'd be cool. Fuck it, quinoa and vegetables while watching an art house film. That'd be fun. But no, I'm just a sucker for popcorn and icy. All right, so I guess that does it for episode 26 of the Slice Podcast. Yeah, I think this was a fun episode. Disregarding the whole issue with the fucked up audio during the sports segment because something happened with my laptop. So yeah, that is episode 26 of the Slice Podcast. Tell me what you thought about in the comments below. Did you like my subjects on sports, movie stuff, the Oscar noms, Netflix being stupid, all that fun jazz? What'd you do for Christmas? Yeah, just tell me a bunch of shit in the comments. If you like this and whatnot, I'll be back with more enjoyable content like this. So yeah, bye.